We will call to order at 4:08. First item, motion to approve the attached minutes from the July 19th, it's been a while, 2023 meeting.
Motion?
Yeah, that's what I'm having.
Do we have a motion?
Oh yeah, we don't.
I don't vote. You don't vote. Yeah.
All right, so we'll table this.
What if they coup/coup?
The double minute.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Is there anyone online?
We'll table them for next week.
We got Kathy on.
Yeah, if you're the honorary speaker.
Yeah, that's fine. It's subcommittee, we're brainstorming, so there's no real.
Okay.
First thing we'll take a look at is to review the FHS Building Committee website. Devin.
All right. So we don't have too many updates. We did update the status here. We have worked on a little write-up that was included in the most recent town newsletter. So Meg had reviewed this, Nelson had reviewed this, and it's pretty brief, but just goes over the work that was completed over the summer. And other than that, on the homepage, we added a couple of new pictures. Trying to find
My favorite one.
What's your favorite?
You'll see. It's so good. It was from the other day. This
The
one.
rainbow.
Somebody posted a picture of, I can share it with you.
Yeah.
And I actually mentioned, she's a retired PE teacher, actually from Farmington. And she had it from the old to the new, and I actually said, wow, you're bridging a rainbow between the old school and the new
Oh, that'd be
school.
really cool.
So let me see if I can get that picture. from
Yeah,
her.
and get permission for us to use
Oh,
it.
she'll
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
They have
Okay.
like music somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so she took it from that perspective.
That's really cool.
Yeah, having a rainbow is really great.
So we Nelson told me that they're gonna try to have somebody out for a drone to reshoot an updated version of the video that we have here. So that'll look really nice with the fall foliage. So I think it's either tomorrow or Friday. They're trying to get that done. So hopefully we'll have something soon to update the progress of the drone aspect of it. So we get some really good shots and you can really see the building come together.
Chats.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anything else, Devin, for the, oh yeah, because now the whole back parking lot is, so it'll look very different.
And all now and.
It'll be cool at the end to do like a time lapse
Oh, yeah,
of all of the
Yeah, once you
progress.
get that'd be really good.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, nothing else really. I know we updated the Q&A based on how our discussions from a couple months back. But other than that, it's pretty much status quo.
Did you guys use a DJI drone?
I don't know what he uses. We have a service that company. We hired to come out to do the shots.
Oh,
for it.
you guys are doing this.
Yeah, they say their name right there.
JJ, okay.
Drone.
That's the name of the company that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The map of drone. I'm just curious what they're
Just
using.
drones.
That's awesome.
But I love that flyover shot through the 28 building over to the new high school. I think that's really cool to capture the same paths every time we do
Yeah,
it.
the new ones, actually, I've seen when they actually go in the building, they start up high, the doors open and go right all through the building. That would be neat.
It's like maneuvering, I'm sure people know.
So that's it for the website. Any questions on that? We try to update, we have a shared Google Drive for photos, so O&G will take photos periodically, update it there, Devin will grab from there, put them on the web. So we're trying to keep things dynamic and fresh and up to date so people can really see the progress.
Do you have any
It's all
inside
about progress
photos?
now.
We're gonna be able to, you just take an inside photo?
Yes, there's on that shared drive as well, there's interior photos.
Okay.
Looks.
Kevin, I can work with you, maybe put a couple of those in the newsletter, so it
Absolutely.
shows the inside part.
And Ira, I think if you have, maybe after the tour, if there's anything that you want, like a area of that you can envision for the newsletter, we can make sure we get some shots of that.
Yeah, I think Yeah, these issues are really photo driven, so people can see progress.
Yeah.
Cause you can write it down all they want, but they visually see it.
All about the progress.
Absolutely.
Do we have any field, like our students, I know there's like, people here, but like our students going and doing field trips?
Mhm.
Do you guys have any photos of that? I wonder if that would be great.
I'm sure.
Yes, we do. I would have to, well, I think Nelson has them, but we
Okay.
can get some of those.
Wondering if that would be a good thing for the newsletter too.
Yeah, I think Meg had mentioned before that we want to highlight the great ONG opportunities that we've been doing because they have a great program where, you know, it's gonna, you know, for the new school year, it's gonna be monthly with a different trade coming out and really bringing kids from the high school IAR West, you know, like
You were talking to them, but
yeah, we were talking about it this week at OAC where it's gonna, you know, architect is gonna come 1 month and then they're gonna do like masonry the next month and then MEP and civil engineering and all of those things, so.
you're gonna record that?
We'll take photos,
Take
but we
photos.
don't, we wouldn't videotape them.
Can we put a section in our newsletter that talks about this, like highlight of, like, this is a great opportunity to showcase,
Well,
like,
things that
our
highlight
students are learning about these careers. Yeah.
And post a little bit more on the website, so say, learn more about this particular part of the building or how they.
Partnership between-
Well, it's a partnership between the schools and here, so I don't want it to like grow more than that, but I think it's great to say like, hey, we have these opportunities with a building coming up right here, the students at Farmington are hands, you know, they're seeing everything and really could help with career paths for these types of trades.
Building, architecture.
Yeah.
Design.
No, I think it's a really important thing to highlight because it is a great asset that we have right here.
Added benefits.
Which is great for the kids.
Yeah, so would it be like just kids out making volunteer on their own or part of classes?
It's part of, I think it's
Good.
classes or they're working with the career office or the teacher that does the career, I'm not sure exactly whose title.
Oh, is it the AP, you guys call it ACE tickets?
Steve.
Metco?
Yeah,
Metco?
yeah.
Oh, okay, he's this, I think he's.
That's mostly high school kids or like different grades?
It's mostly high school, it originated last year with high school kids, but I believe it's being extended into our upper elementary and our middle school.
Great.
So I think you're right, Wendy, definitely something, maybe a little corner IRA where we can highlight ONG opportunities and.
Or even if you have like an architect like talking to the kids,
Well,
like architect.
I also put a board of ed newsletter too, so,
Yeah.
cause they're always kind of tying together, we can create that link, yeah. Yeah, it's a great, that's, you know, using the building itself process as an educational experience.
Yeah.
And probably have it, we should look at it.
So I guess that's a good segue into content for the newsletter. So what we have now, letter from the chair, which we typically always have something, just an update, you know, stay engaged, this is when we're doing things. We'll skip Q&A for now, but then we'll just get back to it. But photos, like I said, we're taking lots of photos. And if there's anything, like I said, you see that you want to highlight when we're in the building today, just let us know and then you can arrange with Nelson and Ellen.
I might take quick shots.
Yeah.
Let's say what about this?
Time frame to completion, I think these are coming from your notes, Ira, but
Yeah.
upcoming schedule, stuff like that.
But, you know, break it down in this section. I think it would be good to, what you just said there, we do building this in sections. So some parts will be done, but the building will not be available until the last section is done. So that might be interesting just to put a little bit more clarification. That this wasn't, people say, oh, your building's all at once, therefore everything will be done all at once. It's done all in sections.
Yeah, it's like an assembly line all the way through.
And we didn't talk about that too much, and that might be part of a Q&A.
Calendar meetings, we can have our upcoming meetings, of course, maybe for the rest of the year, because we haven't set our 2024 schedule. We usually do that beginning of December. And then let's talk about Q&A.
Is there anything that we can put in, because it always comes up, are we always have the good news that we're on pace, on schedule and on budget?
Yeah, we normally have been putting language like that in the chair report, like in the first thing people see. which is the letter from Meg, so.
In the Q&A, we beef it up a little bit. And saying, we tend to talk about, so Meg tends to talk, here's where you are, the Q&A, okay, what's your timeline, schedule, budget going forward? So we try to use the Q&A for kind of going forward, and Meg is kind of, here's where we are.
Okay.
So it has some future orientation to it.
So I'm just again going off of some of Ira's notes for the 1928, some questions that you came up with. What is the current status on schedule, on budget as a question, which is exactly what you just said. What more work has to be done to meet next summer's deadline, so kind of an upcoming, like almost like the blurb we have on the website.
Yeah.
This is the upcoming work. Will there be any interruptions on site regarding traffic? I think we have traffic pretty cohesive right now with school back in session. The traffic pattern has been established. It seems like it's pretty smooth. They go in that designated area around for drop off. So,
When are you guys gonna be done with the entrance? The widening the road a little bit? Is that gonna be done shortly? Is that?
It's gonna be a work in progress, to put it that way, so.
Okay. So that's just a work in progress.
Yeah.
The entrance, because
I'm
that,
sure, I'll figure that.
No, not really. I mean, this is, for the current times being, this is kind of what it is.
so you're just gonna stay this way pretty much, so it's gonna be,
Yeah.
okay.
When will 1928 building project begin? We have some language from both the 1928 newsletter before referendum and here that we kind of we're timing these two projects the same for, you know, synergy and to make things make sense. When the back of the 1928 building's coming down during demolition, we're gonna need to get in there and button it back up, so.
Yeah, just a little section, what about the 20, how's that affecting what you're doing, that's all,
Yeah,
not about what's actually going on in the 28 building, actually.
yeah,
Because keep in mind, we have three pieces of communication, you got the board newsletter, Board of Ed, the building committee one, and also for the 28 building. So they should kind of be in sync, and the other, whatever one's the emphasis one, talks more about that, but it's kind of acknowledging that there's coordination going on. That's all I want to do on this one. That the tie-in between when the new building opens and the demolition and the 28 building, that's all gonna be a separate and won't interfere with the new building here.
and I think we have coordination meetings between like our architects on this project, the architects in the 1928, the whole team has kind of already started to establish that the need to keep the lines of communication open because the projects work together.
Right.
Any other questions you think we should have on the newsletter that we think need to be answered, or Devin, is there anything on the Q&A that's on the website that we should?
Make sure, I know we, this is what we had discussed last time.
I think the most question I always hear is it gonna be ready in time?
Yeah.
For next year.
Yeah,
Like it's impossible, it's going to be ready.
Yeah.
that will not happen.
It's a project, it'll never happen.
I still get it up.
Right?
I think it's that was the last time around, but.
So there's been no delays, no surprises. On time on budget. On time on
That's
budget.
how that should be just the title of the.
That's our mantra, yeah.
It's like the airlines, everyone's on time.
It just changed just now, but this has been completed.
They were just talking
Rephrase that,
Q&A. Yeah, so I said,
but.
on time on budget, what's going forward,
On schedule.
the plans, so the calendar going all the way to the opening.
Everything in the high, all that,
Three
it's all
newsletters. One is
communicated
an
out.
update.
Yeah, we continue to have the page for the Highlands. We have that MailChimp account where we send blast emails to the Highlands. If there's any big event coming up. I recently spoke to one neighbor who's actually helped kind of facilitate information. She came and sat in my office and we talked a little bit about some of the concerns and, you know, some things that need to be addressed. So she actually helped kind of spread the word about that designated page and the MailChimp account and all of that. So I think it's good you know, that we're trying to reiterate. Yeah, we wanna make sure that we're a good neighbor and we're communicating and we understand the impacts that are happening, so we want that line of communication open.
Right, Chris, every town council meeting yours doing an update anyway.
Yes, we have liaisons of town council and board of ed. They're looking at her.
You haven't heard me tracking the usage of the website?
I haven't looked recently, but we can look.
Yeah, just, let me get a minute, take a look at
You
that.
don't live in Highland, see?
See what kind of track.
No, she was talking about liaisons to the board and
Oh,
like the liaisons to town
Yes.
council.
You guys are actually, looking at the drones.
Mhm.
Yeah, they mentioned that, it'd be really great, kind of what the latest one is and still shots for the newsletter. Cause it's, you know, it's like the other one, if you remember, the other one's all photos on the inside.
We're having weather because we're gonna get.
This was the, top of all, yeah. So we're gonna kind of spread in here.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah, there's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, there's that, but anything else.
It's what we're gonna do is then kind of tie it together to the rendering, so it's.
So you got.
Yeah, people are
these
gonna
things,
fill out
libraries and
these
that.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
right.
I just had a long time, not a long time, when people first heard of him, I don't remember.
I know, it is,
Try to get more of that side as well.
So if you want to copy this, just.
Yeah,
we'll see, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it fluctuates quite a bit between like 10 to 40 odd visits.
There's always a big spike on
Goes
that.
down and,
129.
What's the time?
That's in third back.
September 29th, it's under. It kind of gradually went between the 27th and the 29th.
Right, and I ramped up over.
That was in August when school was starting, it was September,
That's what happened that Friday.
yeah.
Could be this one, you know,
I trace it to something, but.
Right. A couple days ago, got 30 visits.
Was there some article in the paper? Was there anything going on?
I think our newsletter hit a little bit earlier than this, but I can't,
Okay.
that is a big spike.
yeah.
Maybe the town newsletter hit?
You can go and
I think
take
it
a
was a
look.
little earlier, but I don't, but maybe not.
Yeah, when you're, they just go in and
28,
see where the
And then.
traffic comes from.
Right, yeah.
We'll see where it's coming
Yeah.
from.
It looks like some mobile visits.
It might have been the town newsletter because we got it earlier than, it hit houses earlier than we had anticipated. And because we were aiming for the first week of October, but it came the last week of September, so that would make sense.
That would probably do it.
Yeah. Which is good, that's really,
That's what you're.
we put the little update, yeah,
I think we went back to when this newsletter went out, trying to see the spike also.
yeah.
The last one we did in May.
So when's this one?
For Thanksgiving,
So I think what we'll do,
like, yeah, for holiday.
yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll put, based on our discussion today, we'll put together a draft that for our November meeting. But I believe it's mid-November, we can approve and then it can go right to the printer after this group looks at the final draft.
Yeah, we did it the first 2 weeks, then I could get it, takes a week to get it out.
Yeah, so
People get in the house before Thanksgiving.
we're canceling our November 1st meeting, so our next meeting when we'll be able to review it is November 15th. But if we get approval that day, that you could the next day get it to the printer, you know?
Yeah, it's usually a 5-day turnaround.
Yeah. So I think that'll
Okay, good.
work. I just want this committee to vet the content.
You would like updated photos on the Google Drive?
Yeah, it just, Devin will send over to me the links, and so we can pick, so starting with a high view. So you can match them up, it'd be good to match up the previous one, we'll use those renderings. Remember what it looks like, last week, the rendering, what it looks like,
I think
Now
you
we're
can
just
write
gonna approve.
in that newsletter.
yeah. So we can see that, and now this one here, is we get a couple interior shots, you know, so it'd be really great, showing what parts of you can get an idea as to the classroom.
Yeah, right, when we turned the corner on our last
Well, with the drones
tour, then you see
coming,
the
those
lockers.
will be exterior, but by
Yeah.
the time we get his photos, probably be sometime next week, let's be done like. Maybe for your things.
So that's gonna go, the drone, it's gonna go on the website.
So you're not gonna use.
I need still photos. Yeah, we need still photos.
Well, the drones will give us
Yeah.
the photos as well.
Yeah, so, you know, just a handful for, you know, the overview, close up, We're gonna do
What's
any,
the timeline that you need this?
The week of November fifth.
yeah, November fifth, is fine.
And then that way you can put everything together, give it to us for this next meeting on November 15th. We'll approve it. And then it's good to go.
Can you do a drone on the inside?
No,
No,
not at this point.
yeah, we can take a few photos, so.
Yeah, no, we'll take it with our
Give me a few
GoPro,
photos, yeah.
we'll take photos.
Yeah, I don't, just on areas like we just mentioned, it's another month and some of the classrooms will be pretty well done.
No, we already have classrooms that look like classrooms.
Then we should photograph
Yeah,
those.
we'll photograph.
You can show people that the inside, yeah, we just want to say, here's the inside being done right now and whatever.
Nelson, we were also talking, do you guys have anything planned for, students doing like field trips or coming in?
Yeah, that's what I'll report, at the building committee. So Russ, Chris and I sat down, we're actually gonna structure, we're starting the first Monday of each month. So 11/6 will be our first re-kickoff, when it's gonna be architects, so yes, it's gonna do a presentation. So, every month, so we'll alternate months between professional careers and trade careers. Career paths, so we'll go into masonry and carpentry in December. January we'll go into, because we could do a Google Classroom, where they don't have to, it's the dead of winter, so to have kids come in here, we'll do like BIM modeling, CAD, computer aided design, and actually we'll get Wes Woods and IER in that same session. IER is actually coming here at the end of this month.
So we were talking about getting pictures of that and putting that.
Maybe the art present it,
Yeah, like a picture of like the kids and one of your professionals.
Program education.
11/6.
Huh?
11/6.
11/6.
Yeah.
Be great if we get a photo of what they're doing, and that'd be perfect for a newsletter. This education component, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
And
11
maybe
seconds,
highlight
we'll
the
get you the
guest
photos.
speaker.
We self-take those photos. Actually, we'll have, we can have Eliza. You know, who
Will you
has
do it right here?
professional.
Yeah, it's in the,
No, we started in the training and then we go over to.
That'd be great. Be a photo of the kids right there, and just a quick line, a few lines about what's going on.
Yeah, we'll take one in here and one outside.
That's great. How many kids you usually get? We don't know yet.
About 25.
Wow, that's pretty good.
we've had to structure it differently this year because last year it was a lot, like there was a big, yeah.
Per week.
It was a lot.
Good excitement, but it was, now we're going back, because last year was more, okay, this is construction, this is what you see on a construction job. Now what careers come out of that?
Yeah.
Is there a statement what this program's called?
ONG girls.
Oh,
ONG girls.
Okay, can you just send me that with a sentence or two? So I can put in the newsletter, explain to people what this, most people won't even know what's going on.
Mhm.
And then and whatever this class you're doing, say this is an example of how ONG is really educating kids. I just want to bring that value. Yeah, so, we need a day or two more to do the newsletter to get all this, it's okay.
Yeah, I think
This
we have plenty.
might turn to a 6-pager, Cat.
Uh-oh.
You have a budget here.
Yeah, I think that's your warning.
Here's the price.
It's only $5.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll talk to you.
$5 for each one of those.
No. No, actually, some of the paper costs finally are coming down.
Yeah.
It was a huge spike in the production costs.
Yeah.
It's really spiked.
When we ordered that paper for the copy machine,
Yes,
it's expensive.
yes, it is.
You're reading it wrong.
Okay.
So I think that's all that we have for the newsletter. Like we said, we'll try to put everything together, bring it back to this committee to review and approve next month. Then we'll get it into households and that'll be good.
So let's shoot for then the first week of November, getting everything.
Getting the content.
So I can get
together.
everything done for you guys, so you can approve it quickly.
Perfect.
So since that class November 6th, so let's take a few days after that. You can just send me that and I'll put a section in there.
Within a day or two after this.
That's fine.
I'll get you.
That would be.
And do you want me to see if I can get the photo from the.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I think
I
that'd
wonder
be
if I
really
can
cool.
even just take a screenshot of her
Yeah,
her posting it.
that'd be
That
really
could,
cool.
I'll ask her for both, if I can get the picture.
Was it a Facebook post?
Do you know Christina Power?
No, I was just gonna say, if you hold down on the
You can
picture,
save it.
you can
Yeah,
save
but
to
I
your
kind
phone.
of think it's cool that like a former, her husband will cut PE,
Yeah.
affected systems like for 30 plus years.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Was district in IR, and the fact that she's posting this,
Yeah.
I feel like it's.
Oh, get the
Yeah,
actual post, yeah.
I don't know, I'll
Yeah.
deliver both.
Sometimes when you blow it up,
We always, we of course would give credit
Oh,
wherever
yeah,
the photo
yeah,
is,
I
so.
can show you.
Yeah, it's drop dead days, November 8th, I just,
Okay.
It includes information about this program,
Yeah.
the new photos, and all whatever content, the Q and A has. That'll take some time to review, so
Yeah.
that'll be probably some place in, and then termination, do we need a 6 or 4 page?
And then I think Board of Eds will go out in January.
Yeah, and that's
So
what the next town one is.
different, you know, different things.
We had a school newsletter that's out in January, so we can have a little bit more. The board of ed.
Yep, the town will go out in January, the next one also. I think that's all we have for this.
Yeah.
We can't take action on E, but we can cancel it at the next meeting. Like the full building committee meeting. Any other business?
Sure.
All right, so looks like we're gonna adjourn at 4:34.